It looks like torture. A gun? What does he need? What do you need a gun for? If you're gonna, oh my god, just don't buy it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. For those of you who are new here, my name is Andrea. I'm a New York State licensed acupuncturist and I would love to teach you all about Chinese medicine. For today's video, I thought it would be fun to go over one of my most frequently asked questions of what acupuncture products are cool for me to use at home. And there's a lot of them out there. You can get cupping sets, which some of you actually probably already have at home. You can get gua sha tools, which are available now in like every TJ Maxx and Target near you. Specifically, those are more facial gua sha tools, and I have a whole video actually talking about facial gua sha. I'll leave that linked down below. TENS units are something that we use in acupuncture all the time to do electrical stimulation. Those I think are really great to have at home, literally to the point where I feel like those are something that you should learn how to use in health class because they're really great for treating sudden flare-ups. But that being said, not all tools are created equal, and there's a couple of things out there that people will frequently ask me about, and I will go on tangents because they just make me so they're not safe is really what it is, and they're being sold to you as this really safe and effective treatment, and they're just not. So I thought it would be fun to just scroll through Amazon and you guys can watch me have a meltdown. Grab a drink or something because we're just gonna get into it. Okay, so I'm just gonna type in acupuncture into my Amazon app and let's just see what comes up. Okay, so the first thing that pops up is an acupressure mat. Let me tell you how much I hate these. These are not good for a couple of reasons. One, they're not necessarily hitting acupuncture points. If you're not actually hitting acupuncture points, why are you even calling it acupressure? There's nothing accurate about just pressing on every possible sore point in your body. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. The other thing is, and this is probably why they design it like this and not actually try to design it so that you're hitting acupuncture points, is because there's not going to be a mat or anything that you can lay on that's one size fits all, because everybody's body is shaped very differently. So how we actually measure and find acupuncture points depends on your size. So it's not just 1 inch from your spine or 3 centimeters from your elbow. What we're going off of is actually what's called a Sun measurement, and a Sun is the width of your thumb. And so to go by a part of your body to measure everything is going to be far more accurate than 1 inch, because 1 inch on somebody like me who has a rather small frame is going to put you in a very different location from somebody who's in a larger body. And that's not effective. If you're not hitting the point where it is for that individual, then you're basically just playing darts. So I think that's why they don't make acupressure mats where they would actually have points laid out so that when you would lie back on it, you would activate actual points, because there's not a one size fits all. It's different for everybody. Additionally, what I don't like about these is that you don't want to be activating every single point at once, because all that does is send your body a ton of mixed signals and it doesn't know what to do with them. So when I describe this to my patients, I explain it like this. Think of it like I'm giving you a set of directions to go to the supermarket. You're gonna pull out, you're gonna make a left, you're gonna make a right, you're gonna go down to the end of that road, you're gonna follow a curve that's gonna go to the left, there's gonna be a stop sign. It's a 3-way stop, you're gonna go straight past that one. At the next stop sign, you're gonna make another right. The more directions I'm giving, the more confusing it's going to be. So what was the first direction I told you to go, left or right? I don't even remember, and I just blurted all of that out. So imagine what your body's going to do if it just keeps getting another set of directions. It ends up just turning into a jumble. And if your body is already all jumbled and then I'm giving you some jumbled mess of directions, what is that going to help? It's not going to do anything to help support you. That's why we are very selective about what points that we do. I'm not just going to light up every single point on your back because you have back pain. I'm going to go by what is causing your back pain, where specifically you're feeling the pain. If you're having pain in your lower back, for me to start needling your shoulders isn't really going to be helpful. So why are you going to lay on a mat that's just going to stimulate everything, and maybe it'll get into some of the spots that are actually bothering you? So they're just, I don't know, they're a waste of space, they're ineffective, they're the bane of my existence. I don't like them. Don't bother. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money. I hate them. So here, these like reflexology foot massager. So yeah, this at least like has kind of a map of your foot and where these things are supposed to hit. But again, like size 7, 2, and 8.5, like those are two very different shoe sizes. So there's no way that those balls are gonna hit the right points. Don't bother with acupressure mats or shoes or anything like that, because they're not going to do anything other than like press on points that hurt, and that's probably not actually going to make you feel better. Because additionally, to go too hard or to go too deep too quickly can actually cause the muscle to contract further. So your muscles have little receptors in them that when they're getting overstretched, these receptors go off and it forces the muscle to contract again. So that's why, like, if somebody's going like too hard on you in a massage, how you start to feel yourself like jump and like get even more tense, it's because your body's recognizing that this is too much and it's just painful and it's causing more damage. And then what can happen is, if you're trying to massage something and you're going really deep and it's just hurting and that muscle's contracting and you're continuing to go deeper, all it's gonna do is like cause further injury. So if you're just gonna like lie down on top of something or even walk on top of something where all of your weight is just pressing into these like points, it's just painful, man. What's next on this list here? Oh, okay, ear seeds. Ear seeds are actually something that I am okay with. I do not recommend using ear seeds without consulting an acupuncturist first, and this is why. It comes with a book that's filled with reference charts, and it has different charts or like different points, I guess, that you should be placing the ear seeds on depending on what condition you're trying to treat. The reason that makes me nervous is that, again, acupuncture is not a one-size-fits-all kind of treatment. If you're using this for weight loss, for example, the reason why one person is struggling with their weight is not going to be the same as why somebody else is. And so if I'm giving these two people the same treatments, it might work for one, but it's not going to work for the other person. And not to mention, a lot of these conditions go deeper than just surface level. So for example, if we look at digestion as not just digesting food, but also your life experiences, when we're not getting nourishment from our life, if what we're doing is not nourishing for us, we end up feeling hungry, and so we reach for food. And that's why people will have this insatiable hunger is, again, it's not a food thing, it's that they're not being fulfilled within their life. And so to just put acupressure on, on stomach points or on a point to help subdue your appetite, it's not going to solve anything, and it's not really going to help you because you're not getting to the root issue. So that's the only reason I don't like charts or like, just Googling, pressure points to treat this or that, because while a lot of them do have specific things that they will treat, it goes deeper than that because you have to really look at why the condition is happening. So ear seeds, awesome. Charts for treating it yourself at home, not so much. See an acupuncturist, because what they'll do is they'll tell you what points are going to be most helpful for you specifically. Electronic acupuncture pen, Meridian Energy pen, rechargeable beep tells Meridian acupuncture pen. What? Does it just electrocute you? I don't understand. I should have my glasses on. I'm giving myself a headache. All right, so I'm not quite sure how this thing finds acupuncture points. You find where your points are via palpation and again, like measurements. I did read in a study once, there's some possibility that with some of like the major acupuncture points, like ones that are used very frequently, that there may be more nerve endings in those areas. So maybe it's working off of that. It's just kind of finding where you have like, I guess, like a bundle of nerves. and it's saying that that's where the acupuncture point is, but that's not true of all acupuncture points. Oh, and you can do it for the ear as well. Now there's like 200 acupuncture points on your ear. This thing is gonna be sensitive enough to tell the difference between oh man, they're so close to one another. Like I'll put up a picture of all the acupuncture points on your ear so you can see, like, there's no way this probe is gonna be small enough to like tell you where the acupuncture points are. What do you do once you find the point? You can adjust intensity, but what does it do? Like, is it like electrical stimulation? Does it just vibrate? And I'm wondering if on like the acupuncture supply website that I use, I'm wondering if they have something similar on here that would describe like what this is. Okay, so they have different lasers. I am not familiar with this technique. I used to work with an acupuncturist who did actually work with some color therapy. Different wavelengths have different effects on how they activate points or different areas of your body. Again, I don't know too much about that, but those are the pens that they have here so far. Okay, so all right, like I suspected, what it does is it uses electrical stimulation, and you're just doing it at the surface of the skin. So instead of using needles, you would use like this pen. So I guess that's what those other things are trying to do, and it's just they're claiming that they do other things as well. So they have some other similar pens that are like, again, these are stimulators, so they're doing kind of the same thing. These are like, this one's $160, this one's $260, $115, and these pens on Amazon are like, how much is this one? One of the more expensive ones, and it's $70. Okay, so again, you're not getting anything that's good quality. Also, if you don't know how to properly use it, you're just gonna electrocute yourself. So it looks like this is a cupping set that instead of using a hand pump, it has like some kind of like electric gun, I guess. There's two ways that you can apply suction when you're doing cupping. One is with like an actual pump. Again, I'll try to like put a picture up so you can see what like you would normally find. And the other thing is by doing fire cupping, which is what I like to do. One, it's very fun and flashy. Also, you get a little bit of yang, a little bit of warmth from actually using fire to create that suction. I would think that like using a gun to do cupping, that sounds kind of extreme. You don't need something like that. Okay, so the next thing we have on our list here is an acupressure pen. This would be okay to have at home. You can just use your fingers and massage. This isn't something that I think you need. But it might, I mean, if you would like to have it, I don't think this is a bad idea. Yeah, they're showing like that you can use it to help like massage like your temples, back of your neck. That'll be nice to kind of get into some of those like smaller areas, or like those like kind of like tighter muscles that are a little hard, that might be a little hard to get. Advertising like your lower back, you could on like bigger muscles if you can sort of find where exactly the knot is in your back. That could be helpful. I can go with that. Your face, however, relieves flaccid skin, dark circles, and wrinkles. No. And the only reason why is that the shape of the tool is not conducive for that kind of treatment. You would want a facial gua sha tool. If you want to use something like this to actually like lift or help to like increase blood flow, help with fine lines. Those are the things that, like I said, you'll be able to find them in Target and CVS, like whatever kind of drugstore is close to you. I guarantee you'll be able to find a facial gua sha tool there. You can also get them off of Amazon. I get my facial gua sha tools off of an acupuncture website, just so that I know that it's like really good quality. I talk a little bit about the quality of your tools in my facial gua sha video, so if you really want to learn a little bit more about that, again, the link will be down below. Oh, this is a whole acupuncture set. Oh goodness. Everything you need to do acupuncture at home. All right, so this has a facial gua sha tool, roller, it has a pen, it has ear seeds, and it has that weird electronic pen that has 5 different attachment heads. What do you even use these for? The scraping tip, perhaps that might be, again, kind of like a gua sha thing. You have a gua sha tool in here. Why do you need another gua sha tool? And also, you shouldn't do gua sha with something that's providing electrical stimulation. Therefore, the gua sha tool stimulate the immune system, activate sweat glands, and excrete toxic waste. And the rollers for muscle tension relief, facial poppiness. Gua Sha is not really going to stimulate your immune system. What's actually going to like stimulate that immune response and like help to build collagen is actually needles. So doing something like derma rolling or like microneedling or a facial acupuncture, that's what's actually going to stimulate your immune system and help to build collagen, because what it's doing is creating micro traumas, and that's when your body gets triggered to start the healing process. And that's how we, you know, help to treat fine lines and wrinkles and such. A Gua Sha tool is not really going to do that. What it will do is that using that massage is going to help to bring blood and nutrients up to the surface, and it's going to also help to kind of drain and like move like lymph and anything that's kind of stuck in the area. So it'll bring a little bit more like radiance, and like I said, it'll kind of plump up your skin because you're bringing a little more blood to the surface, but it's not necessarily activating your immune system. Whether or not these are real jade is a question. It's a really nice stone. It tends to be on the more expensive side. So when you see jade that's like kind of cheap, I don't always trust it. So for example, my Gua Sha tool is jade and I paid like $8 or $9 for it. This whole set is like $27. Assuming this is real jade and each of those tools were $9, $18 for just those two things. And you're gonna tell me that for 2 jade products, a pen, the ear seeds, and this other crazy electrical pen with 5 different heads, all of that is just $25? I don't believe any of this is actually good quality. Another one bites the dust. And in foot massage ball. What is this torture device? This looks literally just like dulled nails coming out of a ball. And not only do they make a ball, they also make it in the form of a mat and like a roller. And they have this woman using this roller on her face. I don't even think I need to explain why that's a bad idea. I don't know how sharp those are. I'm assuming it's not sharp enough to actually break your skin, but with all of that pressure in such a small area, I don't doubt that this could absolutely bruise you. If you're going to use a derma roller on your face, you want to make sure that the needles, that they're getting deep enough into the layers of skin to, again, to cause those micro traumas. Something that's that like blunt, it's not an effective way to do derma rolling. Just get yourself a true derma roller. Okay, everything else on here is just looking like spiky rollers, and I've already gone on enough tangents about spiky rollers and why I don't like them. So, all right, I think that kind of sums up all like the nonsense here, at least under acupuncture. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Acupuncture.
5 minutes later.
I just had a panic attack. Okay, so I went to go just like see if there's any other like searches we could do on Amazon, and apparently like acupuncture needle is something that you can look for, and I saw something that literally they look just like acupuncture needles. Like, I'm not kidding. Let me take a picture real quick and you'll understand why. I'll take a picture of the needles that I use and you can see why I just got so concerned. So you should not be able to purchase acupuncture needles unless you have an acupuncture license. So I was about to like freak out that you could just buy needles on Amazon, but no, these are just a clean stuff. Okay, and then we're back to like the weird pens that find acupuncture points. So I think that's all of the sort of major products it seems that are available on Amazon. The more I scrolled, the more I was just seeing different versions of the same kinds of products. So let's just do a quick conclusion here. Don't waste your time with acupressure mats or shoes or slippers. Just, they're shit, and they're just going to overstimulate you, and they're just going to hurt. Like, don't waste your time with any of that. Those acupuncture pens are a little weird. It looks like they just stimulate the acupuncture points with just like little zaps of electricity, which I don't recommend you doing on yourself. Again, like you can use a TENS unit and like using the pads, and I think that would be far more comfortable and also far more effective because you can get a broader area to treat the pain rather than trying to find specific knots that you're gonna like zap or acupuncture points that you're trying to zap. I feel like they're a lot more work than they're worth. don't waste your time with that. The handheld pen, that I think, again, that might be something useful to have at home, just, you know, especially for somebody who gets a lot of like tension headaches. If you get a lot of temporal headaches, to have that kind of, that like nice ball, I think would be nice to massage in here, or even turn around at the back of the neck, getting into those areas. To have that pen might be helpful to get a little bit deeper than you can with your fingers. Cupping sets, absolutely. Facial gua sha tools, absolutely. Just again, be aware of the quality of the product that you're using. And I think that's everything that we looked at today. If you have any other products that you've been considering, or that you found and you want like an honest opinion of it, please link it down below. I would be happy to take a look and give you my personal opinion on them, and whether or not I believe that they would be helpful for you and whatever it is that you're looking to treat. But above everything else, you know, as always, if you want acupuncture, see an acupuncturist. You know, we can absolutely guide you in what you can do at home to continue to treat yourself. You're going to have the best results if you have a treatment that's really tailored for you. The only way that you're really going to get that is if you see an acupuncturist. So see an acupuncturist. Don't just dive into getting all of these tools on your own. See somebody, discuss the options with them, and if they have a way that they can work with those tools to help support you and continue your treatments at home, then that's absolutely wonderful. But yeah, I think I've done enough yammering for today. I feel like this is going to be a really long video, and if it's not a really long video, it's going to take me a really long time to edit it. Oh, all right. Anyway, I hope that this has opened your mind to a new way of thinking, and until the next time I see you, be well. I'm exhausted now. I'm actually really tired from going through all of that. Like, that was a lot. I'm tired.